It's terrible. Who does that? Hey guys. Okay. Got my orange Super Ocean back. Craig G says next back. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that seller tape on there, but all right. So I need to resize this. Craig, I loaned this to Craig. He enjoyed it, but we had to add a link to get it for his wrist size. So I need to take out a link. I think on this side, I think I just got to take one out, right? 2, 3. Yeah, I think I got to take one out of this side. So I need to take one link out of this side. So, and if anybody has ever sized a Breitling bracelet, they are tricky. So I'm using, I don't even know what size this is, but you got to get the right size screwdriver, and you got to pull these little screws out. Set the screw off to the side. So normally I would have this up closer to my eyeballs and I would have my 3 power readers on, but for the sake of doing this on a live stream, I'm kind of working around my rig here, and so I may or may not screw this up. But Breitling bracelets are very cool, but they're very interesting to size, to say the least. So to get one link off the bracelet, you have to like take off more than you think that you would need to be able to get it. See how it all, like all the parts are all angled and everything. So it's really weird looking. Everything looks kind of funky. So now set that right there. We go. It's just weird. The first time you do it, it's weird. I cannot see. I didn't torque that one down yet. I will, though. Hey, now. Obviously, I'm not reading the comments because I'm trying to focus on this. Hopefully everybody's all good on this Wednesday afternoon. I don't know why I was thinking it was Thursday for some reason. Just give it a little torque. Should be torqued down. And then I'm not sure on the micro adjust. What do I have my white one set at? In. So I'm going to adjust this one in. Just need to grab my Bob Labs spring bar tool. And I'm going to go in one. Click, click. Let's try it on. Was wearing the Big Eye Navigation Longines today. Absolutely love that watch. And we are back in business with the orange Super Ocean. So I have to decide, I was going to wear the Air King tomorrow because I have a day off work tomorrow. But man, I'm so happy to have this back. It was nice to loan it to my buddy, Craig, so he could try it out and experience it. But now that it's back, I might just have to wear it. That's the way it goes, right? Let's see. I need to get a little. Always get these little baggies, guys, because that's where you want to put your links and all that good stuff back in. So we can. Does it go that way? It goes that way. Something like that. Yeah, Craig, anytime, man. Anytime you want to check out one of my watches, you know how it goes. I got some. Well, the screw is not going to go in there like that. It will go in like that. And this isn't necessary to like put it back together as your spare links, but and I'm not going to like torque it down or anything, but just for storage purposes, so they're not rattling around and scratching each other up. See if I can get it in there. Exercise and patience right here. This is where I think a lot of people would lose their mind. Wow, that screw shot way over there. Screw is kicking my butt, guys. Patience. Patience, and I shall prevail. Then I can store my extra link in my little baggie, and I won't lose it. Craig says he likes to use his fingers. I probably could have with that. Flirty and says, what's happening here? I just got the orange Super Ocean back. It was on loan to my buddy Craig G. So I just got it back. He had to add a link, so I had to take a link back out. What time is it? That is not the correct time. Nilo says, hey Rob, have you seen the new black dial Super Ocean 42 with the red chapter? I haven't seen it in person, but I've looked at the pictures of it. So looks great. I'd like to see it in person, honestly. But what I really want from Breitling is I want to see a yellow dial Super Ocean. And so Matthew is asking, because I have the orange dial, will I keep the white dial? 100%. Yes, I intend to keep both. And in fact, I was just talking to my buddy Calico Basin, and I said, if Breitling makes a yellow dial, I go buy it tomorrow. I go down to the Breitling AD and I buy it full retail. I don't really care. I'm buying it. If they made a yellow dial, 42 millimeter Super Ocean. And then he goes, would you sell the orange? And I said, nope. I would have, at that point, I would have the white, the orange, and then the yellow. So absolutely love the Super Ocean 42 millimeter. Now, let's see, is this on AM or PM? Oh, it was on AM. I lucked out. Okay. So it is almost 9. What time is it? 8:57 ish. I don't know. Somewhere in there. Close enough. That's how I set my watches, guys. Close enough. So excited to have that one back. Of course, I love the white dial. The white dial one I have is I bought it brand new and it's like still in perfect condition, still really clean because I take care of my watches. The orange one I bought used from Luxury Bazaar and the previous owner had worn it. So like it's got some scratches on it and stuff, but that's fine. I'll actually probably just wear this one even more than maybe the white one just because uh, a bit of an anode, like a sacrificial type thing. Not that I'm gonna make it worse, but it's already kind of scratched up a little bit, so who cares? Double check these screws. I'll tell you one thing, Breitling was thinking ahead when they made this bracelet though, because if you think about it, if a screw pops out, the link is still not going to pop out because it's like captured by other links. So it's actually a pretty secure design if you think about it. Yep, those are all tight. There we go. We are good to go. Love my divers. Got the white, I got the orange, I got the black. Yeah, Nathan says he would agree. Like to see a yellow dial 42 millimeter. I love the weight of these things. I love the feel of them. The case back is really nice. I mean, this is scratched up even on the side, really good. I may or may not touch that up with a Cape Cod cloth. I think I could probably clean that up quite a bit. I'll see. I don't know that. Maybe I won't care. Maybe I'll just wear it. It's keeping time really good. I had it on the time grapher, I think, before, and Craig didn't have any complaints or anything. I don't know how much he wore it, but he wore it a little bit, I think. Matthew said he's got his 40th birthday coming up, trying to choose between Seamaster 300, Super Ocean 42, and Black Bay 41. All three great choices, Matthew. I don't envy you. You're going to have a tough time making that choice. I can say if you want me to weigh in, I would say this. I have two Super Oceans and no Seamaster. I love the Seamaster, but for me, obviously, Super Ocean wins. When it comes to the Black Bay 41 diver, if you get the older smile dial, absolutely love that watch, but I don't have that watch either. So if you're asking my opinion, I have two Super Oceans and no Black Bay 41s and no Seamaster Professionals. I do have the Tudor Pelagos, which hopefully I'll have back maybe tomorrow. But you got to make your own choice, Matthew. Don't let like what just because I have Super Oceans doesn't mean the Super Ocean is going to be the choice for you. But if you want a pop of color, really the only one that does the really solid pop of color is Breitling, in my opinion. Even when you get the white dial Seamaster, or even if you get the white dial with the blue trim, which is beautiful in the Seamaster, that Olympic one, I still think the white with the blue on this one is just more cartoonish. It's more fun, I guess. I don't know. I like, and it presents a little bit smaller. Dirk says maybe I need to borrow a Super Ocean so I get to spend some time with them to see what I like between the Seamaster and the BSO. Well, Dirk, maybe this will be the loaner one. I can send you this one. I think your wrist and my wrist are about the same size, so you wouldn't even have to size it. But let me Let me wear this one a little bit, and then I could send it out to you. Not a big deal. Hey, Terry's checking in from Miami. Good to hear from you. Let's see. Craig G says he borrowed this one. He borrowed the 42 BSO, and he owns the Seamaster, and he owns a Tudor Black Bay 41 GMT. Now the Black Bay 41 GMT is pretty sweet. Cowboy Swami's checking in. And Dirk, I don't know if you'd want the orange one or the white one, but the orange one I think you could wear with a little less care because it's already kind of scratched up, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. Off Duty's checking in. Terry, you're in Puerto Rico right now. Wow. I need to, maybe I'll have to, I don't know, does text still work there? I'm assuming it does. Let's see, Hector from Winding Crowns is checking in. Why is the bracelet angled? Because why not? I'm sure Breitling has a reason. But I'll tell you this, it's crazy comfortable. It folds over instantly on the case. It drapes like nothing else. It is just an absolute stunning bracelet. Crazy comfortable. And like I pointed out earlier, if you go to the beginning of the video, once this is loaded, when you take a link out, you have to take out way more than you think you would. So if you think about it, if you lost one screw, if one screw fell out of this bracelet, absolutely nothing would happen. If two screws fell out of this bracelet, guess what? Virtually nothing is going to happen. You would have to lose 3 to 4 screws out of this bracelet before it would actually come apart. So I think that is another reason why they did it, because the way it's constructed. Nothing drapes like a Breitling either, man. I'm telling you. There's a lot of awesome bracelets out there, but for some reason this design is just crazy good. And I love the Oyster, but legit, it does not drape as good as the Breitling. Not even close. Even my Seamaster wasn't as good. I'm trying to think, like, there's some micro brands out there that are really good. Like this Trosca actually does pretty good. If there was another layer of refinement to it, it would be like pretty much spot on. But because it's all individual links and it does that, that's what makes a bracelet drape better. So like when you go to Manta, they do that, but then they have the refinement. So yeah, Manta does it. Manta drapes really good as well. Like Trosca is like probably 85% of how Manta is, but at a fraction of the cost, as far as like the overall construction and the bracelet drape and everything. I don't know that I have anything else that does it that well. NTH is pretty good. Yeah, I think those are individual as well. So once you get those individual components, when it like just kind of folds up on itself, that's a key characteristics of a good drape. But then there's like, you have to have that really good fitment, probably like a little loose, like, you know, how there's a little bit of deflection here, and people dog on deflection, but you need that to have that smooth, comfortable flow of a bracelet. It has to have some level of deflection. Is this one? Yeah, this one does it too. Pretty much about the same. David says the Tudor Jubilee on his 41 S&G drapes wonderful. Yeah, Jubilees do really good. Mario says he just picked up the Raven Trekker. Those are really cool. Nilo says the angled links make it act like there are more joints to follow your wrist. That makes sense, sure. Dustin says great collection. I'm getting there. I'm not mad about what I have right now. I have 4 Seiko, 3 Breitling, but I'm going to sell the Avenger. I have a couple different buyers. I got to decide who's going to get it. Nate Dog says, how does the Manta bracelet and the Super Ocean compare in your opinion? I give the Super Ocean a slight nod over the Manta, but legit, the Manta bracelet is really good. The clasp, as weird as this sounds, because the clasp is so basic on the Breitling, I actually prefer the more basic clasp because it's thin, it's unobtrusive, it just kind of flows really well. Like, I don't need all the fancy stuff. Like, I know people think they need the on the fly adjustment, but I just don't. I can't even remember the last time I've messed with the um, quick adjust on the Submariner. I just don't mess with it. It's sized up the way I like it, and it just wears. I don't need to adjust it. That white dial is calling me. Mike Desire 68 Frogman says, "Love a silky smooth bracelet." Let's see. Giorgio the chef says, "Rob, I heard Breitling doesn't use stickers from the factory. Did you happen to notice with the one you bought brand new?" I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I don't think there was a whole lot of stickers on it. They do a cap over the bezel, which, and I'm sure there was a sticker over the crystal because it does have AR coating on the top side. But they definitely do a bezel protector, which isn't really necessary on this. It's all metal, and then it's inlaid with DLC on this one. The older ones had like a rubberized, vulcanized rubber, but these newer ones, this is actually a DLC coating in there. So it doesn't need to be protected. Stickers on the side would have been probably nice, but I don't think there was. I don't recall peeling stickers off it. Yeah, the air coating's really good. Nathan says Rolex GMT Master on Jubilee or Oyster. That's a controversial topic, but essentially, when I think GMT Master from Rolex, I think Jubilee. Whether it's the Batgirl or the Pepsi or any of them, really. Even like the root beer, I think is great on the two tone Oyster, but it would be even better on a two tone Jubilee, I think. See, read a couple comments here. The Seamaster Professional needs to update that bracelet. Um, I say yes and no. I think too many people think that bracelet needs to be changed, and I tend to almost disagree. I'm sure there's room for improvement, but probably not to the level that people think it needs to be. That bracelet does not need to taper. Everybody thinks that bracelet needs to taper. That bracelet design, if you were to taper that bracelet no longer exists. That design of that bracelet cannot taper. There's no way for them to do it with that particular design. So you're either going to keep that bond style bracelet and it's going to be 20 millimeters straight across, or they're going to have to do a totally different bracelet. So I don't think that bracelet needs a taper. It's 20 mil. It's fine the way it is. Um, I think if they did anything, they could probably soften it a little bit, and that gets a little, again, that gets a little weird because I would soften it myself. In the previous generation to the current one, I did soften that one. It did have hot spots, but when I had the ceramic dial, wave dial ceramic, Seamaster white dial, that bracelet fit perfect. I had no problems with that, even with the quote sharp edges of it. There was no hot spots, so I never sanded anything. I never softened it at all. I think the bracelet's fine the way it is. Craig G says buy the Seamaster Heritage if you want to taper. Yeah, I think the Seamaster 300 needs zero change. They need to keep the current configuration they have in that watch right now and run that for, I don't know I don't know what the interval is that they typically run their generations when they do them, but they need to run that one out. And then I don't know what they're going to change uh, later, but that's a darn near perfect watch. I just feel like it presents a little bit larger than I would want it to. My next Omega, and I will pick up an Omega, it may or may not be this year, is going to be the 42 millimeter Planet Ocean with the 2500 movement. So that's the one I'm going to pick up. Canadian Watch Monkey says one kind of big problem with the Rolex two-tone or solid gold Jubilee bracelet is that center links stretch. Yeah, they do, but they want to provide that solid gold, and that's just inherent to that metal that it's going to wobble out like that. Now, if you go with capped gold and then you have the steel links inside, it would lower the cost and it's not as refined. Like you'd almost have to go to just Tudor if you're going to do that, and then you won't get that stretch as bad. Buy this. Reading comments, guys. Larry C's checking in the comments. Dirk says he likes the Seamaster on the deployment clasp. I like it on bracelet, but yeah, Craig says interesting how the Seamaster Professional and the Breitling Super Ocean are exactly same except for thickness, but present totally different on wrist. Yeah, it's absolutely like crazy how different watches, just subtle differences make them look totally different. Nate Dog is saying since you're on bracelets, curious how does the Explorer 39 feel on wrist? I don't have the Explorer 39. I did own Oyster Perpetual 39, which was the same case, 20 mil tapered down to like 15, 16. And I have to say that for me, it felt too small. It's probably fine for the majority, like 99% of the general watch wearing public. But when I put on the Air King versus the OP39 or Explorer 39, the 40 mil of the Air King and the extra thickness just completed the package for me. This one felt better to me than the OP39 or the Explorer 39. Just another knife guy says, have you seen the Sterling timepiece Brunt or Campbell? Not really any review on you. I've never heard of them. Just another knife guy. I'd have to get in touch with him or something. I don't. Tuxedo Manor says, how am I liking the Rolex or the Tudor Pelly? I'm jonesing for one myself. I loaned that one out as well, so I will have that one back probably tomorrow, and I'm excited to get that one back. So I'll probably wear the BSO orange tomorrow, even though I was originally planning on wearing the Air King. I'll probably wear the BSO orange tomorrow as it just came back, and then when I get the Tudor Pelly back, I'll probably wear that. I absolutely love that watch. I'm to be completely honest, guys, I'm in love with my collection right now. I'm extremely happy with what I have. Let's see, Larry C says they add ceramic coating on the new pins to prevent bracelet stretch. Rolex. Interesting. I'm not. That's the first I've heard of that, Larry. I'll have to dig into that. Ceramic coating on the new pins to prevent, because ceramics it seems like it would still stretch, but see, Canadian Watch Monkey, is the big eye on titanium worth the extra money in your opinion? Well, I own the big eye on titanium, and I had the opportunity to buy the stainless steel variant at a dramatic decrease in price, and I didn't change out. So I like the petroleum dial. I like the kind of tri colorway, if maybe the quad colorway on this one, the strap and the grade 5 titanium. This one's just has that little extra special to it, I think, with the grade 5 titanium and the blue petroleum dial. So for me, yes. The AK is just perfect, so comfortable. I agree with Dirk. Trying to read some comments on the gold bracelets. On the full gold bracelet is what layer. Oh, that would make sense. On the full gold, if they did the ceramic, that would probably prolong it a little bit. Let's see. I'm not sure how to say your name, Mr. Lee, but hello from South Korea. Here it is actually Tuesday morning. You mean Thursday morning? It'd be Thursday morning, right? So hello from South Korea. They're a UK micro brand, pretty sweet looking. Just another knife guy. Maybe maybe email me if you get a chance. Just another knife guy. If you get a chance, shoot me an email on that. Nilo, how thick is the Air King? I will measure that for you in a second. Still want the Oris Big Crown Pointer Date Green Dial. I agree with you, Floridian. I really like that one, particularly in bronze. Let's see. Melons Wax says, what do I like more, Pelly or Seamaster Professional? Well, again, if I have to speak with my own dollars, right? I don't own a Seamaster Professional, and I do own a Pelagos. So, um, Peter says, be honest, Rob. Does the wife know you have a mega collection now? Can I blackmail? You can try, but yeah, my wife is full aware of what. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know that she really knows like what I have or the full on value with it, but she's super cool. We've been married. So here's the Air King thickness. I measure 13.29. So a little bit on the thicker side for a watch like this, but I love it. The weight of it and everything. So wifey. So to be clear, first of all, I don't even know what I truly have tied up money wise in the collection, but it's also spread out over like 5 years. Excuse me. So it's not, and it's fluid too. So I have watches coming and going all the time, but I have a pretty solid collection platform right now for 2022. I don't really see adding too many watches other than like, on the more affordable side. Like, I mean, I'm not going to pass up the worn and wound Seiko limited edition for 325. I'm not going to pass that up. I'm going to buy those all day long when someone iconic like that does a limited edition watch. So, but that's like on the super affordable things. That's well below the $500 price point. When you start getting into the above $500 price point, then yeah, it those are expensive, even for me, for most of us. Over $500 for a watch, it'd still be on my comfort zone, but I've just pushed past it, and now I thrive in the above $500 range. Let's see. We have another Mr. Lee from South Korea here. I'm getting some South Korean viewers. That's interesting. Happy to have you. I don't know what kind of watches you guys are into over there in South Korea. I'd be very interested in talking to you. Obviously, I can't speak Korean, so if you can speak English or at least communicate with written English, I would love to email back and forth with you and talk about what some of the South Koreans are into. So either of the Mr. Lees, if you guys want to email me, please do, man. I would love to converse with you guys and talk watches. I know a lot of people are into Dirk is talking to James, and I know a lot of people are interested in the new releases from Omega. And I watched Bruce's live stream last night. If you guys watched it, he covered kind of a bunch of them, or pretty much all the new releases. Uh, I got to be honest with you, I'm not. There's nothing there that excites me. Floridian says they are into knockoffs, so that's pretty. That's pretty bold to say. I'm not sure all South Koreans are into knockoff watches, but I'm sure there's some true watch enthusiast in the community in South Korea, and those are the ones I would like to communicate with. But they're closer to the origin of a lot of the high quality, or what do you want to call it, like near 1-to-1 reps of the big brands. So let's see. Kevin Powell says he likes the green Pond Master. Yeah. James Moore says, still more Omega announcements to come, question mark. They showed new counties today, still hoping for new Planet Oceans. I would like to see some more, but I'm gonna be disappointed. So any Planet Ocean they put out is gonna be 16 millimeter thick or 18 millimeter thick, and I'm just out. I'm not going that thick on a Planet Ocean. James Duffy says, "Hey everybody, nice lineup on the table." Yeah, I just got the orange Breitling. We call it BSO, Breitling Super Ocean. I just got this back, pulled the link out, so now it's sized up. I'm gonna wear that tomorrow. Alfred's fun videos. I'll have to check your videos out. Sorry, late to the show. Carry on, sir. Thank you for chiming in. Mark Gads. Let's see. Mark Gads says, "Hey Rob, think funniest thing I read on Omega is their super expensive Rolex homage brand now." Yeah, they have some that kind of that meme out there that I'm sure all of you guys have seen. Like they have the Rolex lineup on the top, and then they have the Omegas directly below them, and which ones they kind of like match up with. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm more excited about Longines and Breitling and Rolex and Seiko. Seiko's coming out with some bangers right now too. They always do. G-Shock, those are the ones I'm excited about. For some reason, I'm having a hard time getting excited about new releases from Omega. I love their movements. I can't fully connect with one of their watches right now, other than like Nilo says, the older 42 Planet Ocean with the 2500 movement. That's the one I'm going for. I need to find a good, clean example without spending more than, I mean, my top dollar on a good, clean example would be $4,000. I think should be on the high end market of a good, clean one. Justin EDC says Seiko will always draw you back in. I agree. I agree. I have my MM200 reduced in green, limited edition. And then I think I like the Seiko limited editions, and there's tons to choose from, right? But when you have like a Worn and Wound collaboration when it limited edition, you have to like jump on that. So Canadian Watch Monkey says, "Did I check out the Gorilla Z G-Shock yet?" No, I did not. And I'll probably forget again. If you email it to me, I will check it out, but I always forget. But does the bezel line up? No. Why would the bezel line up? Are you kidding me? Half a click off. Always half a click off. That's how you know it's a real Seiko. Bruce actually designed, and I need to get my butt to the shirt company, a very cool. God, I wonder if I could show you a picture of it. I probably don't. If I can find a picture of it, I don't know if I have. Let me see if I can find it. I need to go make this shirt. If anybody's interested in this shirt, let me know. Let me find the picture. Okay, here it is. So Bruce designed this, and I was gonna make it. It has the Seiko characters, so like the monster. There's the tuna, the samurai, and it has like an SKX on there. And then he Easter egged it says RR on there because this was like a collaborative design, and it's a Seiko SKX. But if you look, the bezel's a half a click off, and then in that square right in the center, instead of a hand stack, it says always a half a click off. So we were gonna do this shirt right here. So if you do, you guys are you interested in something like this? Because I'll go get them made. I can go get them made. I'll figure out a price, landed cost. I'll deal with the quality control and the shipping and everything like that. But I mean, that looks like a pretty cool shirt to me. Like I want to make this, but I want to make sure enough people want to buy them. So maybe I'll do a pre-order or something. Yeah. I think there's enough people that are in the Seiko camp that are enthusiasts that would get a kick out of this. So yeah. So I've been kind of sitting on that. Bruce and I have been sitting on that. I need to I have tomorrow off, but it's like a super busy day. My daughter turns 16 tomorrow, and I'm taking her to do her driver's test, and I've been working with her every night on that. So we've been practicing the parking. So she's gonna nail it. She's gonna ace it, right? So she's gonna get that, and then after that, then I have to take her to the dentist, and then maybe I swing by the shirt place. There's one right around the corner from me, and I price that out. All right, let me read a couple comments here. Winding Crowns says he wants that Rowing Blazers Seiko Simon watch. Hit Hector, contact Matt over at um, Rock the Watch. That's who I sold mine to. He'd probably sell it to you. Kevin says he would return his if it lined up. Let's see. Mr. CM colon 1 says gifting her a watch question mark. No, but I did. We'll keep this on the down low, but I think I picked a watch. I think my son might be home now. I got to be quiet. Can you guys hear me? I think I picked a watch to get my son for his graduation gift. So, and I'll discuss that when I do it. But no, I'm not giving my daughter a watch for her 16th birthday. Dirk says, his girlfriend's birthday is tomorrow also. Cool. Yeah. So Dirk's, I don't know if I can say her name, Lindsay, whatever. Lindsay's birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday, Dirk's girlfriend, tomorrow. And then my daughter's tomorrow. And then my wife's birthday is actually on the 12th. So, yeah. Happy birthday to a lot of March babies, huh? Floridian says I need to brand Random Rob bourbon. I should, and then maybe just buy a barrel for myself because this Johnny Walker Black doesn't seem to last very long. So there it is. Gonna wear the Breitling Super Ocean Orange tomorrow. Oh, Dirk, yours is actually on the 12th too. We must have figured that out when we were in Vegas, right? I'm sure we did talk about this. We must have figured that out. And Tennessee Mike says his wife's birthday's on March 16th. So yeah, we'll have to do a huge birthday celebration, I guess, this weekend. Craig G says his sister's birthday is tomorrow too. Man, a lot of March birthdays. No kidding. So that's pretty awesome. All right, guys, I'm not going to carry on too much longer. I just wanted to, I figured I was going to size this up. I'd join you guys. And yeah, I figured you guys talked about that in Vegas. Pretty crazy how so many birthdays are just bunched together. Tennessee Mike says his sister's birthday was on March 1st. AZ Tazfaz fan says at the end of February, I told myself I wouldn't buy any more this year. Then I saw a review last week for the Seiko Ice Frost Baby Tuna SBDY053. Picked it up DHL yesterday. That's the way it goes, man. We're addicted. James Moore says my wife just had a birthday on the 4th. Some good karma here. A lot of, man, early March. Nathan, your wife's birthday's on the 12th, same as my wife. That's awesome. What do you think of the new Aquas dials? I'll have to check them all out. I don't know about the artist one. The artist one's kind of crazy, but I was emailing back and forth with Oris today. So I'm hoping to have some exciting Oris Aquas news very soon that I can't really share with you guys yet. Let's see. Mr. Moreno checking in from Costa. It says Costa Tick. I'm not sure what that is, but James says the Longines Spirit midsize is on the top of his list. Those are awesome. I still have not checked out one of those. Oh, there it is. Costa Rica. That's what I figured you meant. Maybe Oris on the table. No Oris. I have no Oris in right now. So I'm working with Oris and I will have them very soon. JT, happy birthday. Turned 26 years old on the 5th of March. Happy birthday. And Nilo says his wife's birthday is on the 20th of March. What is going on? Building a very nice relationship with Oris. I'm trying. They're an awesome company. The Shane says his dad's birthday's on February 4th, brother's on the 8th, uncle's on the 10th. So, with all these birthdays around this time of the year, what was 9 months before that? That's the real question. A lot of busy Junes out there. Exactly, Floridian. Exactly. June was the hot month, apparently. All right, let's kill the lights, check the loom. Mr. CM Cullen one check is saving for an Aquas. Nice. It's hard to beat the Aquas. Guys, look at the loom on the Super Oceans. I mean, obviously the loom on the Air King is just overpowering, right? Right? With the triangle and then the handset, but come on. The cartoon dials, the cartoon loom of the Breitling Super Oceans, so playful, so fun. Absolutely love them. How can you look down at the dial of a Breitling Super Ocean and not smile? The font of the 12, 6, and 9, the absence of the 3. You think you want it, but if they were to do it and delete the date, you would be mad about that. It's it's just perfect. It's such a good watch. Thanks for tuning in on the Random Live, guys. I'll see you on the next video.